You have to connect the world with a perfect transportation network. There's a lot of things. So there's the ones that are very obvious, such as the graphics, the new maps, the new climate zone with the subarctic, but also features like day and night cycle, weather, and many other. But what I feel is the biggest change of all is how under the hood everything has changed, and how we have managed to introduce a lot more systems that are all tied and connected to each other. So the whole game, everything is really depending on each other, which makes it a much more interesting gameplay if you want to do it, and if you don't, you just stay in the sandbox mode. I think this one is actually a feature that is more or less for everyone, because it's just really nice to look at it, but it's something that has been requested a lot by a lot of us, our veteran players. So I would actually say it's a bit of both, but there's surely also some features that are more for veterans and some that are more for beginners. Yeah, I think there is definitely a learning curve to it. So what we're trying to smooth out this learning curve as much as possible. Also with the campaign that we have, which is a bit of a progression system, so it gets harder the further that you get down, right? So we are really trying hard to make the entry very easy, but also make the game very rewarding if you're very much already an expert. Yeah, so exactly. There's two missions in between these two, but yes, that's a good question. So the plan was more or less we wanted to tell exciting stories. And events are always exciting, especially if it's positive events or festivals or things like that, right? So we thought about which interesting events could we tell in a way that we can bring transport in. So that's also why they are loosely based on historical events, but it's not like a one-on-one reproduction of history, right? So we just thought which interesting and fun, entertaining stories could we tell that people know about all over the world, have heard of all over the world, and are excited to play. So because we are developing it simultaneously for all three platforms, I don't think that there is going to be a difference in terms of gameplay. The only difference will really be your own preference. But we can definitely see that games like this, they start becoming popular on consoles as well. A few years back, nobody really cared on consoles, but now we can see there's a pickup in the interest on games like this from people that play consoles. So I believe it's really just coming down to what you prefer. If you prefer to sit in front of a computer and plan your routes through, or if you rather just are sitting on your couch at home and playing it on the TV. I think it's just a personal preference. I think the biggest challenge is not like a feature, but it's the whole process overall. So we are a quite small studio if we look at the size of this project. And so what this takes is you need to be very agile and very dynamic. You need to constantly improve on your efficiency, and you need to constantly improve the processes that you have internally. Otherwise, you're never going to make it, right? So you need to be very innovative, very dynamic with the whole development. And I would say that this is more complicated than any of the features or than all the features combined, but it's also very rewarding once you manage to get the speed up. I love airplanes, I love helicopters, so I think that the new helicopters are amazing. For example, there's the Chinook helicopter, which looks really great. There is the Sikorsky Sky Crane that has like an empty spot in between where you can lift cargo. So I would say these definitely count to my favorite vehicles. And also things like, I'm a car guy, so I made sure that there's some very nice cars on the roads, and I really much enjoy them as well. If I would have to say one feature, it's probably that you can now boost industries with workers and also with different kind of tools, because this adds a whole new layer to it. So it's not just anymore about passenger or cargo. You can actually combine the two together and make your network a whole lot more complex, but also more profitable. So I would say that's probably the single one that I'm most excited about. Maybe just like, if I'm already having this opportunity, I would like to give a big thank you to our community in Latin America, because we know it's there and they're very active. And yeah, we hope that we can grow it in the next few years. And thank you to everyone for playing and watching.